Main event time here in the Proving Ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event. The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Man we first saw in a WWN recruitment camp 12 years in the sport, making his official WWN debut, the immaculate Micas. Now you heard it.
Very confident man. You gotta appreciate that, Trevor. I mean, he dressed it.
Wait to see if he was done talking to the camera. Trained by Chase Stevens, Tracy Smothers. God bless you, Tracy. Steve Kerr. This is a hell of a dude right here. Pedigree-wise, heck, this man made his debut in Impact Wrestling back in December 2019. He actually had a match on Monday Night Raw back in May 2019. He's been training in MMA under Aaron Riley, a UFC retired fighter. Been training for about 3 years. He will tell you straight up, to that end, he's not a wrestler, he's a competitor. And what he means by that is because he's so cross-trained, because he's so well, not just well-conditioned. This is a guy who, when he knows who he's gonna face, will spend hours studying the film, looking for the advantages. And if anybody can do that, now it's Micas. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the ACW Heavyweight Champion, Steven Frick. You can hear that WWN faithful. Excited to see the champion. This is a non-title special challenge match. But the bottom line is, you and I both know Steven Frick will be treating this like a championship match when it comes to how hard he will fight. But tonight, he's going to have a heck of a fight ahead of him. If you could have picked an athlete who epitomizes just about everything in a champion, honest to goodness, it's like Micas. Looks like the kind of guy you'd have your eye on one day.
I was going to say, I like this kid a lot, this Micas, but listen, Steven Frick, that's all these wrestlers. Just big dudes, big strong guys.
Introducing first, from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 270 pounds, he is the immaculate Micas! And his opponent, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 234 pounds, he is your ACW Heavyweight Champion, Steven Frick!
If Micas does not take Steven Frick seriously, he's going to find out the hard way. But the thing is, knowing Micas, this is the kind of guy who will go out of his way to find personal stuff when he comes in for battle. after every training session or gym time or whatever, he will spend 3 hours in recovery time to make sure he's 100% when he wakes up. He wears one of those sleep monitors. He knows that he's getting the proper sleep, the proper nutrition. He does everything right from a recovery perspective. Look at the dude, he's chiseled out of stone. Stephen Frick really does have an uphill battle tonight.
I mean, his shoulder muscles have muscles on them, Trevor.
Those of you from out Indiana, you've probably seen Coliseum Championship Wrestling. Micas there. Of course, he's also a regular Universal Championship Wrestling in Kentucky. Believe it or not, makes it out to Las Vegas at Future Stars of Wrestling. New Focus Wrestling in Indiana. Even Juggalo Championship Wrestling in Michigan. That's a thing. National Wrestling Alliance in Tennessee.
You said he's a juggling champion?
No, I said he shows up at Juggalo Championship Wrestling, and then I said that's a thing.
Wow.
To make sure all the ICP fans got mad at me, and now you made me repeat it. Kidding aside though, Micas, my point is he gets around, he's taken the time to get good. Let me reiterate, he looked phenomenal in the WWN Recruitment Champ. There were people from the World Wrestling Entertainment office there watching him. They saw how good he was. He's on everybody's radar. I told you, already been in Impact, already been on Raw, doing the MMA training. I mean, this guy is top notch, and Stephen Frick, collar and elbow tie up here. I'm going to be impressed if Frick cannot muscle this man, but Frick is doing everything he can, but ultimately, the immaculate Micas getting the better. Will we see a clean break? Of course not. But Stephen Frick just bowing right up. Once again, non-title main event here, WWN Proving Ground. And that is what this is all about. There's a reason talent like the immaculate Micas travel halfway across the United States of America to wrestle in the WWN WrestlePlex, to show what he can do, and a win here tonight against a WWN champion. And you got to think that would put him in immediate contention somewhere within the WWN family.
Absolutely, absolutely. But once again, we cannot count out Frick here. I mean, everybody he wrestles is bigger than him, stronger than him.
Yeah, and in fact, Frick coming out of the corner, catching the big Micas. We see Micas refuses to go down. What a beast. Again, shoulder tackle from Stephen Frick, not able to fell the giant. Micas flying out of the ring. Frick using the momentum of Micas against him, and is Frick gonna fly?
No way.
Suicide dive from Stephen Frick, managing to take down Micas. I will tell you, Stephen Frick, to your point, if there's anyone who can stop somebody the size of a Micas, it's Stephen Frick. We've seen him survive the onslaught of so many massive men here in WWN, but tonight, well, he's got to prove it. Pinfall. 1 count only.
He's a whack job, Trevor, Stephen Frick. I think that's what keeps him in these matches with these bigger guys.
Your words, not mine, but Frick. Now on the offensive here, Micas finally showing some battle damage from this matchup. Or so I said. That lariat from Micas takes down Frick, and now a pinfall attempt. Again, a 1 count only, but man, intensity in the face of Micas.
What was he calling it?
He hits hard.
Hey, do me a favor. Pick up that table.
Micas now, big suplex, and he holds on here. And another. Micas just muscling up. The ACW heavyweight champion. No! Small package, not enough. But that's the thing, when you underestimate Stephen Frick, it only takes 3 seconds. Micas now showing the damage here. And that's the problem. When you hit hard, well, you get hurt hard. Frick now is trying to muscle up Micas, but instead Micas again with the answer. Falcon's arrow, is this it? No, his shoulder's up, and Stephen Frick got lucky the way his arm landed, and Billy Grace.
Trevor, that could have been it.
Billy Grace did the right thing, but man, I would not have wanted to be on the other end of the anger of Micas. Thankfully, that anger's now on not on his opponent, but perhaps not on the right part of his opponent, going after the beard and the hair. Did you see the elevation on the drop kick from Micas?
Unbelievable. Like you said earlier, athlete.
Hard to argue. Standing moonsault. Damage done to both men, but more to Frick. Pinfall. No.
He calls that the immaculate movement, Trevin. Get it right.
Oh, he insisted that camera one zoom in, so I couldn't quite see the move.
They can't. They can barely fit him in the frame when it's zoomed out.
Frick thought he was going to get kicked in the small of the back, left himself exposed in a different way, and instead, Micas just wrenching in the head of Frick. You can see Frick is having a fight for life in the center of the ring. I watched many seminars involving Tommaso Ciampa, including the very NXT superstar Tommaso Ciampa.
Again?
Ciampa.
Okay, there you go.
And he was a guy that would definitely reinforce, if you're going to wrench a guy's head, you should try to rip it off, and you're seeing that from Micas right there. Rolling through, you got to be kidding me. The big man, so impressive. Moonsault from the second rope. Absolutely immaculate. Pinfall. Somehow Frick kicks out, but man, Micas is so impressive.
Trevin, if he watched as much footage as you said he does, he should know that it takes a lot to put Frick away.
Yeah, but the reality is the cockiness of Micas make him believe that he's a better man than all the other men who couldn't fell Stephen Frick. So in his mind, what he's hitting with should be enough.
Good point.
What is Micas thinking? Please tell me the big guy is not going to fly.
I can't believe you fell for that.
Axe handle coming off the apron, still effective. Albeit definitely mind games here from Micas.
Get up, Frick. Come on. Give him a break.
Man, I'm just blown away by the immaculate Micas. He's so much better than what we saw at the recruitment camp, and he was damn good then. Big shot from Frick to Micas, and another. But Micas throwing Frick into the ring. In control, this is where he can win this thing. Pinfall. 2 count only. You got to think, as much as the ACW heavyweight champion has impressive conditioning, Micas, the time he spends like a machine, you got to think he can go for miles. And very smartly catching Stephen Frick, cutting off the oxygen is Micas.
With that MMA background, if he can secure this properly, that could be the end of Frick tonight.
Well, again, he's a competitor. And he means that he's a hybrid. He's trained in so many different styles. He's trained by so many different people. He soaks it up. He gets better. He does things in gyms that most of us can't even imagine. But Stephen Frick just found a way to get the big man off him.
That is great awareness for the whack job. I can see he's a lot smarter than I think, Trevin.
And the reality of the situation is it was at least effective regardless of how it was applied. But the question is this enough separation to let Frick recover? And perhaps it is. Backdrop by Stephen Frick. WWN faithful trying to get behind Stephen Frick. This is our main event, WWN Proving Ground. Immaculate Micas is not moving. It's the most we've seen the big man down. Somebody's got to answer this 10 count. And it looks like it's going to just be barely Frick, but man, looking worse for wear are both men. The big man coming in for Frick, caught by an inverted atomic drop. Right hands from Frick. And another. But caught by Micas. Yoranagi. Can Frick capitalize? Got to get the big man down. Pinfall. No.
2.5 there, Trevin, but not enough.
And I'll tell you, Stephen Frick, the ACW heavyweight champion, has the advantage of the WWN faithful behind him here in the WWN WrestlePlex. I dare say, if we were in Indiana, this might be a little bit of a different atmosphere for Micas, albeit, oh, what a knee! Is that the immaculation? I'm not sure. Whatever it was super effective. No, I know that is immaculate drip. Guessed it wrong. Pinfall. No. I thought we just watched immaculate Mike Micas defeat the ACW heavyweight champion in a non-title match.
As surprised as I am that he kicked out, I'm not surprised.
Mike Micas now literally deriding the champion. Riding, whatever the word is. Running forearm here from Micas, but return fire from Frick. You can see Frick, though, threw so much into that European, he could barely move, but the knee to the gut from Mike Micas. Robbie, I think Frick's done.
I think so, too.
No, this time the lariat from Frick connects. Pinfall. No.
It's getting closer and closer, Trevin.
And I gotta give it to both of these athletes. Mike Micas, though, coming in, like I said, it's basically an away game, facing the ACW heavyweight champion, able to survive what many men have been put away with, but Mike is instinctually on the apron. Is this a good idea? They are way too close to us. Jockeying for position here. Forearm from Frick. At least momentarily stopping Micas.
What is Frick thinking? Oh!
Slingshot. Spear, this could be it. Pinfall. Somehow Frick survives. And I'm in shock. I really thought that was it. That slingshot should have been all she wrote, but guess what? Micas is not slowing down.
Frick is still alive.
Pushing off Micas' Frick, but caught by the heel kick from the big man, and Micas is on the top. Are you joking? Micas tries the moonsault, lands, and spear! Big frickin' spear, pinfall! He got him!
Here's your winner, Steven Frick!
Big gamble by Mike, and it didn't pay off.
What a main event here, WWN Proving Ground. Somehow, Steven Frick, proving it only takes 3 seconds, hitting the spear out of nowhere, taking advantage of one of the only mistakes that the Immaculate Mike Micas made in this matchup. But how phenomenal did Micas look?
Phenomenal. He said he looked phenomenal. And one little mistake, one gamble too big, cost him the match.
Definitely hope to see Mike Micas again in a WWN ring, but tonight was Steven Frick's night.